Hello YouTube. Today we're going to have a quick look at top 5 inventions that changed the world. And something that could change your world is liking and subscribing to this channel. If knowledge is power, then humanity is more powerful than ever, at least in terms of access. The internet took the information of the printing press and cranked it up exponentially. Now the 50 to 70% of the world's population with internet access can learn anything at any time, as much or as little as they want. And things like Starlink will just push that percentage up. Though, whether or not that 50% is actually using the internet for knowledge, that's up for debate, but it's there. At number 4, we have sanitation. About 200 years ago, the average life expectancy in the US was 35 to 40 years old. Today, it's 75 to 80. That is a full doubling of life expectancy in just a few generations. You might think this is due to advancements in medicines like antibiotics and vaccine, which are amazing and doing amazing right now. Get your jabs. But you'd only be maybe 10-20% right. The period with the sharpest rise in expectancy is the late 1800s and early 1900s. This was before the biggest advancements in modern medicine, and this rise was due almost solely to the improvements in sanitation. Rapidly, we began to care more about clean water, safer foods, sewage management, garbage collection, personal hygiene, sterilization, and air quality. This led to a drastic decrease in infectious diseases and led to an era that has come to known as the first public health revolution. These same standards are gradually beginning to take hold across the world, and average life expectancies are rising in almost every country, almost every year, thanks in large part to sanitization. Now, there is not a single society on Earth that has no recorded mythology, whether primitive hunter-gatherers in unexplored jungles or first world empires home to mega metropolis. All of us have created a mythology for ourselves. The oldest known myth is the Epic of Gilgamesh as a Mesopotamian Sumerian king and adventurer, and that's about 3,000 to 4,000 years old. After that, we have the voluminous records of gods, heroes, and fables from the Greeks, Norse, Egyptians, Hindus, and Aramaic religions, Native American tribes, and a dozen other sources. Mythology serves as a myriad of purposes, but the most common theme is to teach us and give us meaning. The human mind is a complex computer designed to formulate patterns and extrapolate them farther, and mythology is that computer working at its peak. The great myths are universal and yet transcendent on billions of people, and they find their lives in calling in the service of religion and mythology. After all, what good is a long life full of information and technology if it has no meaning? The scientific method. For all that mythology and what it allows us to reach the heavens in our mind is science that keeps us grounded here on Earth. Well, that and literally getting us to the stars too, I guess. Science, which we tend to think of as a sum of information and technology, is just a simple investigation approach. We call that approach the scientific method, and it really just entails asking questions, guessing at the answers, testing, and revising those guesses based on test results. It's that simple, so simple in fact that we do it every day without even noticing, but the standardization of that process has completely revolutionized the world around us. All that information we gather, we test based on more information, and if it leads us to all the truths we have, whether that's personal truths like your favorite breakfast cereal or universal truth like the Planck constant, the scientific method is the foundation of such a large percentage of our civilization that there might not be a single better invention. Well, except... Okay. Just hear me out here. It's easy to extol the virtues of the inventions that enable and enhance technology, communication, and search for meaning. Still, there's one aspect of our lives whose invention deserves more attention than ever, and that's joy. That's where dessert comes in. Wherever the first dessert took place, it marked a huge step forward as us as a species. Life as a rule hunts and eats for necessity. Every choice and every action is solely for the sake of survival. Then, one of our ancestors took a minute to look around, realized that they had plenty, and began eating. And not for energy, but for pure bliss, for celebration. That is still dessert's role today. We have our cake to celebrate our birthdays. We get ice cream after a fun day out. Our kids get candy bars for being well behaved. Dessert is the culmination of all our hard work and the rewards reaped from what we've sown. The day we started eating dessert is the day we officially transitioned from survivors to thrivers. A like and subscribe is greatly appreciated. I hope you like this short list, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.